People ask me, why do you go for such jobs? Or some would say it must be fun and exciting to travel to provinces and war-torn areas. As a woman working for international NGOs, especially in Afghanistan, I always had a fear to travel to far-distance provinces. I was afraid of my safety. Deep down, I was afraid to be kidnapped. Any who travels far villages without proper security can be kidnapped. Any. As a part of working with Afghanistan Development Network and coordinator of the winter program for children, my job entailed to travel to provinces and remote villages where the program was implemented. This travel was as part of launching the winter schools for children. I like my job, but I had my fears. Fear, insecurity, and discomfort of women traveling in most male-dominated places were strong in me. What will I do? How will I react? How will I negotiate? I used to think. The car does not have a good heating. I seem asking for more blankets. By night, while driving, I was scared to look at side road. There was no side road. River was the side road. So I began to look at stars. Vivid, shining stars on the sky were like covering shining clothes on the sky. Dark, everywhere dark, and only stars are shining. When I arrived in our destination, the guest room did not have electricity. It was a house far from other buildings. I could not see pathway. It was hard walking. The house had only 3 rooms. The room had a traditional heating which would call Bukhari. My frustration and complaint about my organization were enormous. Nothing was working. My impatience is growing. My teachers are freezing and I have moral issues to let students to come to freezing cold class. The training and working in the schools continued for a time 7-8 hours. My feet were senseless, and by the time I went home and go to bed, they were dark red, numb and cold. Due to high altitude, some food was problematic for me to digest. Therefore, I could only eat Afghan bread and drink milk. We continued this for 1 month. One morning, a principal of the school requested me to travel to another village, Zibak, which is 4 hours' drive. How resistant I was, but yet I had to take the trip under freezing cold, heavy road in high mountains, and risky travel. The classes were oversized. No more children, I used to say. It's oversized. It's overcrowded. No, we cannot do that. I cannot take that responsibility, I used to say to the principal. When I entered the class, those little angels, those little eyes were looking at me. The look, which I can never forget and I can never describe. That look I cannot describe. They have stayed more than 4 hours in that day in freezing cold weather, sitting on cement floor with no windows to stop the heavy wind of atrocious winter, waited for me to ask for permission to sit in the classroom. They have waited more than 4 hours just to be in the class, just to sit and learn. More than 10 children were outside. They came every day for 30 days to ask permission, waited for me to ask for permission to enter the class. Waited in a cold, without boots, without food, without proper clothes, without complaint, without expectations, in a very heavy snow and wind blow. But waited.